So, hello everyone. My name is Irina Andelic, and today I would present the topic of Phygital, bridging the physical and blockchain world. Well, first of all, a few words about myself. I am Irina Andelic. I am the Web3 developer and tokenization specialist. So basically, as a part of my company, I'm introducing blockchain to the world's largest museum and postal organization around the globe. And as well, I am organizer of one of the largest English-speaking blockchain meetup in Belgrade, which is called Block and Wine. So basically, if you are local, if you are from here in Belgrade, you are always welcome, since we are really big initiative and we are growing with every meetup. And this time, on the 6th of June, we would have our third meetup. And we promise it's going to be as well cool with all the wine DJ and cool speakers. So a few words, why Phygital, digital, and Phygital. So when you look here, and for example, talking about the work of art is something like a painting in the gallery, or for example, a stamp. So what happened is that you have always a physical pendant. So let us say it can be the painting, and you create a digital twin. So the idea and the perk of having the digital counterpart is that, of course, that you can fill it in with all the product information, with all the exclusive content and rights. For example, if we are talking about the work of art in the gallery, and we say, okay, when you purchase the NFT, which is one-to-one corresponding the work of art, you can have all the exclusive rights, for example, to create merch with it, or let us say to make really a brand out of it. So, of course, NFT is not only limited to simply be the replica of the physical object, but can as well include, for example, gamification. So here I think as well, many of you have seen where NFT is something which has a lot of things add on in order to make it interactive and interesting to collect. Of course, it as well can be the virtual reality integration. It can be different updates and discounts and events. So I think you all know that even for this event, you had a possibility to get the ticket in the NFT form. So basically buy it with crypto. So what you had is, for example, you can have all the discounts, perks, and so to say, in addition to the physical one, you get a digital counterpart. Not only the add value is the classic one as you think, like an image, but as well, it is a kind of protection. So we all know when we use a blockchain, here we can see that it guarantees a certain certificate of authenticity. And of course, it is as well the proof of ownership. Talking about the museums and galleries, why, for example, they take a physical painting and create a digital twin of it, is that they say, yeah, but we want to be transparent. We want to see all the product history, that it is, for example, created with a museum, and that who was the previous owner and who is the current owner. So basically, blockchain allow us to be traceable and as well being able to see everything written in the blockchain. So what you know now, that of course the NFT has all the perks of the blockchain, but how to connect the NFT and the physical object. So what we do here is the NFC. NFC is a near field communication. It's like a small antenna which you can put in any physical object. So basically the company I'm presenting, Varius Systems, can put it not only inside, for example, the work of art in the galleries, but as well, for example, if we are talking about the wine and want as well to create an NFT of this, or kind of any kind of fast-moving consumer goods. And for example, the example of the stamp. So here, what I wanted to show you today is a real use case which was initially introduced by the Austrian governmental organization, Austrian Post, back in year 2019, when NFT was not yet a hype, so to say. Was really before it all started. The traditional governmental organization thought, wow, how to attract new collectors, how to bring the collection to the, so to say, 21st century. So what they did is that with every stamp, which basically you can use as a classic stamp, put in the envelope and send the letter, you receive an NFT by scanning the QR code. So the cool thing is that it is as well secured against the fraud by NFC technology. So basically, when you take a stamp and want to make sure that it's not fake, you just put your smartphone next to it, and it is showing that it's a real NFT generated by the governmental organization, for example, Post, and that you see that it's really all the transactions which has done so far. So of course, crypto stamp and stamp is one of the, so to say, easy example when we can see that a standard product such as stamp, which actually I think many of us are using even on the monthly basis to send, I don't know, like parcels and letters, can have as well the collecting purpose. So actually it is something when you start to think, wow, so maybe those old philatelists, which I thought my grandma was, is actually like this hobby can be again live. So talking about the physical object and, for example, the crypto stamp, we can see that with the help of NFC, we have a really low entrance barrier. So what happened is that now you don't need any special app, which I'm sure all of us, like our phones are full of this, so to say, like million apps and trash content, and now we say it's nothing. There is no registration, no wallet generation, no transfers, and no hidden cost. Why? Because it is a real physical object. I mean, I'm just showing here the stamp as an example, but it can be everything. It can be really like a painting in the gallery, or it can be even, I don't know, a can of soda. So here we can see, and let's think why. I mean, why there is no app and no even wallet needed, but we are still talking about the NFTs, is that inside each object, we have a card wallet. So how it looks is that, for example, here, in the case of stamp, behind we have 12 seed words. So these words are acting as a wallet itself. And with the help of it, we know that we don't need nothing extra, but we just use the seed phrase and generate, just put it in our MetaMask and create an NFT. So this is what Post, like Austrian Post, has created so far. And you are thinking, wow, like why is she always talking about the Post? But then in general, if you think of it, this year, only Austrian Post alone issued 1 million NFTs that led this project being the biggest by the number of NFT minted and sold. So the average price of it is at €9.90, and from a million, 90% is sold out. So actually it's not that companies simply printing and saying, okay, we created it, but there is a really interest in it, and the community is growing with each and every new edition. Looks like I quitted the presentation. Well, actually no, I think this image is really familiar for many of you. And you would say, okay, it's my classic laptop background. But actually, it is Faroe Island. So Faroe Island, why? Is that Post, so to say, around the globe started to join the trend. And so far, it's been more than 20 postal organizations that say, wow, let us as well try it. So actually, as well, Post Croatia opted for it, and the Netherlands. So it's really cool to see the trend among the governmental organizations. But what is so special about Faroe Island stamps? And actually, have many of you ever thought where exactly is it located and what is so cool about it? So the Stamps of Maybe is the project of Faroe Island Post. So how it looks is that there are 4 different stamps representing the different seasons, from winter to summer. Why it calls Stamp of Maybe is that actually Faroe Island was famous because, of course, it consists of many islands, and between themselves they call it Land of Maybe because there is a many lands. So they decided to, so to say, avoid the legal part of calling it crypto stamp and say, okay, then we're gonna be a Stamps of Maybe. So seems like a stamp which already was produced before by other organization. Why do they keep on producing more and more? So this time it's again becoming something new because we know we need to surprise our collectors and we need to keep them curious in order to sell and in order to really create the demand on the secondary market. So what we did is that we integrated Oracle. So this is really a level up when we think of the governmental organization who said, yeah, whereas Post not only using a blockchain, but as well trying to utilize the Oracle system. So basically the data is connected to the real life data and is read basically the weather of the Faroe Island. Let's see how it works. So let us assume I got this stamp. And one type of stamp would be corresponding, for example, to the rain, if it's good weather or not. Second one would be response for the wind. Of course, the summertime will be for the sun. And the cloud is the fourth component of the oracle. So what happened is once you are purchasing the NFT, you're getting one of the stamp, and you put your phone. So phones start to, with the help of NFC, communicate and create an NFT. So then we are, with the help of the Oracle, are in between the weather forecast to see how is now the weather in Faroe Island. So it can be sunny, it can be cloudy, or maybe stormy. But now it is the decision of the collectors to say which NFT I want, because it's not automatically minted by the Post. It's now we collectors to decide what we want and to create a certain rarity in the market. For example, we can really wait for the crazy stormy weather and say, okay, now my NFT will be really one of the rarest and it will be just 1% of the whole supply. So what we do, we see the unusual weather, we press the button activate, and it's gonna be minted. So actually the minting cost is as well covered by the Post because we want it to be as easy and again without the extra apps and extra like hidden cost. So after the NFT stamp is created, we are owning the stamp and we can see where else is then the rarity possible. So basically together with Stamps of Maybe, the Post of Faroe Island and the company I'm working for, we had our first pre-sale yesterday and I could say that it was really crazy success thinking of the bear market because Oracle is really something which make the stamp outstand and as well here if you like scan the QR code, you will be forwarded to the official website of Faroe Island Post. And if you want to purchase the NFT, I mean, like we decided since actually the pre-sale was yesterday, but we still wanted to make it accessible for everyone today. And we thought it's as well a super amazing chance since we are part of actually one of the biggest Web3 community to make it possible to purchase as well today within these two hours, as well to go through it and to see how governmental companies can actually use and utilize not only blockchain, but as well Oracle. So actually once you come to the website, they would request a password and the password is Stamps of Maybe altogether. But what is important as well to say is that it's not only the idea of making it Phygital, so to say, like digital and physical, is to not only be limited, for example, to stamps, but it can be really any object. And every, so to say, like governmental organization is slowly thinking this direction. It's just a matter of time that they all would think of it this other way. And I would keep it really short today because I know the presentation was a bit longer, but I want as well to leave some time for questions. And it was a really great pleasure to see you today. And thank you very much for being here, spending this, so to say, last presentation of today in the community stage with me. And if you have any questions, you're really welcome. And I hope it was quite insightful. Thank you.
You. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Really great presentation, thank you. 2018 I heard on a conference first time the NFT and there was this workshop and there was this limited Phygital toys, like limited edition on NFT. What is your, can you predict, I mean it's not, it's hard to predict, but what can be in the future all of Phygitals? Could it be my, I don't know, refrigerator, car? What's your vision, please?
Thank you for your question. I mean, in general, we know that tokenization can be of everything. I think some objects are more trivial and easier for understanding, but I as well know that even for the real estate, currently there is as well like being NFTs created. So I think it's slowly going this direction because everyone wants transparency and traceability. So basically, with the help of blockchain, we always know there is at least some kind of scams are minimized because you know who is the initial creator of it, you know who is the previous owner, and this is, I think, mainly the questions when people are thinking, okay, like, is blockchain really so to say, something which helps, or vice versa, being against the whole easiness from scamming of some things. So of course, with the making it digital, I think the best example would be the, I don't know, the university degree, which people as well sometimes trying to fake when they want to apply for a cool position, or I don't know. So it's slowly going this direction, that blockchain and making, so basically the physical paper, making it as well digital, getting more and more popular. Of course, in the case of I don't know, university diploma, it's way more understandable. But if we think of the governmental organization who are trying to use it, I think it's as well part of the image, because everyone wants to be in the forefront. And actually, when sometimes you're thinking, okay, like posts normally, for example, it's a real example which many people are surprised because they expect it to be like all this grandma and grandpa working there just like in the desk and putting a stamp and that's it. So it's as well cool to show that government as well sometimes is open. So of course there are certain limitations, but it's slowly going the direction of making it like as well more modern and blockchain related.
What did you use for your Oracle system?
What do you mean, once again?
Oh, for your Oracle system, is it sort of like the post office itself kind of pushing the data on chain, or did you use some other Oracle system?
Yes. The postal system itself is parsing the data from the website. So basically, the idea initially was to connect to one website, but then we figure out it's quite tricky because some people would try to track the data in the certain island, but then they say no, we can really, for some stamps as well, using the principle that no one can kind of too much influence the rarity of the stamps. So basically here it's as well like parsed in between different weather forecasts among different islands. And I mean, this project actually has pre-sale, as I mentioned just yesterday. So we are as well quite curious how the users would actually like utilized it. Would they really hunt for the rarity, or they would just say, okay, perfect, I got it, let me do it like right now. So for us it's as well like a nice lesson in order to see if people do understand Oracle, because as you mentioned, it's a real level up, and already blockchain has been a lot when we are talking about the classic collectors. So we are really slowly trying to make like a next stage, and it's as well for us interesting how the people would react on Oracle. But for those who are really in the topic of Web3, it's like it's been a crazy achievement for a governmental organization.
Cool. Any more questions? Okay, thank you. I guess we are done then.
Perfect. Thank you very much.